Something dangerous is happening inside your body tonight. While you are completely asleep, your doctor told you your blood pressure is fine. Your last checkup looked perfect. But that number means almost nothing because the reading that decides whether you wake up tomorrow does not happen in the afternoon. It happens at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., when no one is measuring. And for millions of people, that number is silently rising every single night. No symptoms, no warning, just pressure building in the dark. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what is happening and how to stop it tonight. Her name was Dorothy, 67 years old, a retired school teacher. She did everything right, took her medication every morning, walked 30 minutes a day, watched her diet carefully. Every 6 months, she went to her doctor. Same routine, same chair, same blood pressure check. 120/78. Perfect. For 9 straight years. Her doctor smiled and said, "Keep doing what you're doing." And she believed him. She had earned that confidence. Every evening, she made a cup of tea, sat by the window, and felt safe. But what no one saw was what happened. At 3 a.m., every single night, her blood pressure wasn't 120. It was 164/101. Silent, invisible, undetected. For nearly a decade, until one morning, her husband couldn't wake her. She survived, but her body had been hiding a secret for 9 years. A number that no afternoon appointment was ever designed to catch. What happened to Dorothy is not rare. It has a name. Doctors call it non-dipping. In a healthy body, blood pressure drops 10 to 20% during sleep. But in non-dippers, it doesn't. It stays high all night. Studies show 25 to 30% of people have this condition. But in adults over 65, that number jumps to more than 50%. And here is the dangerous part. Non-dippers are 3 times more likely to die from heart attack or stroke, not slightly higher risk, 3 times. And most people have absolutely no idea because their daytime readings look perfectly normal. Here is the problem no one talks about. Your doctor measures your blood pressure at 2 p.m. when your body is calm, awake, and stable. But the most dangerous pressure does not happen then. It happens at 3 a.m. when your body is supposed to recover, but instead, for many people, it is under stress. The system sees a safe number, but misses the dangerous one. And that gap between afternoon and night is where most heart attacks are born. When your body falls asleep, something critical is supposed to happen. Your nervous system shifts into recovery mode. Heart rate slows, stress hormones drop, and your blood pressure should fall by 10 to 20%. This is not optional. This is when your arteries repair. This is when your heart rests. But if that drop never happens, your heart keeps working all night. Your arteries never recover. Damage doesn't pause. It stacks, night after night, inside a body that believes it is resting safely. Now imagine this. After a full night of no recovery, morning arrives, and your body slams the accelerator. Cortisol spikes. Adrenaline surges. Heart rate climbs. Blood vessels tighten. This is called the morning surge. In a healthy system, it is smooth. But in a stressed system, it becomes a shock, like pressure hitting a weakened pipe. And this is when it breaks. 27% of heart attacks happen in this window. Not from yesterday, from what happened while you were sleeping. Now here is the part that makes this worse. And it is already inside your home. Go to your kitchen tonight. Look at your herbal teas. If you see licorice root, that is a problem. Because licorice blocks a key enzyme in your kidneys. It tricks your body into thinking You are under stress. So your system holds sodium, retains fluid, and your blood pressure rises. Even 1 cup before bed can override your medication. And most people have no idea because it says relaxing on the label. Now we get to the root. Inside your arteries, there is a signal. It tells them when to relax. That signal is called nitric oxide. In a healthy body, it works perfectly. Signal sent. Artery opens. Pressure drops. But over time, a destructive molecule appears, called a free radical. Its only job is to destroy that signal before it arrives, so the artery never gets the message. It stays tight. Pressure stays high all night, and your body keeps trying to fix something that never receives the signal. Inside your arteries, there is a protective layer, so thin you would never see it. It is called the glycocalyx. Think of it like a shield. It prevents damage from reaching the artery wall, but under constant pressure and constant chemical stress, that shield starts to break piece by piece, night after night, until the wall is exposed. And once it is exposed, inflammation begins. Plaque starts forming. And the process that leads to blockage quietly begins. While you are asleep, there is another driver. Almost no one connects. Sleep apnea. When breathing stops, even for seconds, oxygen drops. Your brain panics and sends a shock of adrenaline to force you to breathe. This can happen dozens of times per night. Each time, your blood pressure spikes violently, sometimes to dangerous levels. And here is the part most people miss. Over 80% of people with resistant high blood pressure have undiagnosed sleep apnea, not treated, not even suspected, just pressure spikes in the dark. When this continues, night after night, your body adapts, but not in a good way. Your heart starts to thicken, trying to push against constant pressure, but a thicker heart is not stronger. It is stiffer, less efficient, more fragile. At the same time, your kidneys are under pressure. They start leaking protein, a sign they are being damaged. And here is something many people experience: waking up at night to use the bathroom. Not a bladder issue, but your body using high pressure to force your kidneys to keep working while you sleep. Now here is the hidden truth. Between 10 and 15% of people have normal readings at every doctor visit, but dangerous levels at night. This is called masked hypertension. It means you look healthy on paper, but your body is under stress every single night. In a room of 20 people, 2 or 3 are living this reality right now, undetected, untreated, because the system cannot measure what only happens in the dark. Now everything you've just learned points to one problem. Your body is trying to lower pressure every single night, but the signal is being blocked. The system is being overwhelmed, and the damage keeps building. So the real question is, what can restore that signal? What can work while you are asleep? Not by forcing the system, but by fixing what is broken. There is one thing that targets every mechanism we just talked about, and it has been sitting in grocery stores your entire life. The drink is hibiscus tea, a deep red tea made from dried flowers. Simple, inexpensive, but extremely powerful. And here is why. This is not just a relaxing drink. It is biologically active. clinically studied, and in multiple trials, it has been shown to lower blood pressure as effectively as prescription medication, but only if you understand how it actually works. Remember the signal. Your arteries need nitric oxide, the one being destroyed, every night. Hibiscus contains compounds that neutralize those destructive radicals before they can block the signal. So for the first time, the message gets through. Your arteries finally receive it. Relax, open, lower the pressure. But that is only the first mechanism. Hibiscus also works like a natural ACE inhibitor, the same pathway, targeted by blood pressure drugs. It reduces the production of a powerful constrictor called angiotensin, which means less tightening, more flow, less pressure. It doesn't stop there. Hibiscus also acts as a natural calcium channel blocker, helping blood vessels relax through a completely different pathway. 3 mechanisms working together at the same time. But here is where it gets even more powerful. Inside your gut, there are bacteria that transform compounds in hibiscus into something called urolithin A. This molecule helps repair damaged cells inside your heart and blood vessels. But here is the catch. Not everyone can produce it. If your gut health is weak, you only get part of the benefit, which is why some people see results and others don't. Now, here is the part most people get wrong. They drink 1 weak cup once in a while and expect results. That does not work. The clinical method is simple but precise. 3 cups per day. Strong, deep red color, steeped 10 to 15 minutes. And most importantly, consumed in the evening, because that is when your blood pressure is most vulnerable. Consistency is what creates the change, not the tea alone. But there is one thing you must understand. This is powerful, and it can interact with medication. If you are taking blood pressure drugs, start slowly, monitor your levels, and speak with your doctor. Do not replace your treatment. Use this to support your system, because the goal is not to force your body. It is to restore what it was always designed to do: lower pressure naturally while you sleep. Starting tonight,